Is Sarah Brady toxic for exposing her abuse? Here's what we know about abuse, okay? Abuse happens in silence. Abusers, they love silence. Not only does abuse happen in silence, it thrives in silence. Speaking out against abuse is so important. Some people are saying that what Jonah Hill did wasn't abuse, but it was just toxic. Or they're pointing out that he was merely expressing his preferences and that she was free to leave. But ultimately, these abusive relationships, they're built on a dynamic of power and control. So when the question is being asked, was Sarah Brady toxic for releasing those text messages? The question is really, is it toxic for an abuse victim to expose her abuser, to highlight the abusive behavior for others to learn? Is it toxic for an abuse victim to come forward about their abuse? No. Now, this commenter says that she should have gone to a therapist, not national news, because we all know how great therapists are at recognizing abuse. Even the suggestion that she go to a therapist implies that she has a problem, but in fact, her problem was that she was in an abusive relationship. So she can just leave, right? In her case, she did. That's not the way it is for everyone. And to be fair, this all really links into this whole idea that victims are often told they need to pick better. And so here she is, and here women are talking about this specific behavior, and women are saying it's controlling, manipulative, and abusive, and that they don't like it. And the question always goes to, should she have gone public with this? How is it that you expect women to learn how to pick better if we can't talk about it? Seems like a bit of a catch-22, no? Pick better men, but don't expose the bad men. Pick better men, but don't talk about their abusive behavior. Pick better men, but don't talk about the difference between a good guy and a bad guy. And when women highlight a bad guy, like Jonah Hill, the world is focused on the abuser being exposed. They're focused on how a victim reacted to being abused. We're all hearing so many men say, that's not abuse. But why do I get the feeling that if a woman said to a man, you can't have friendships with unstable men, and for clarity, men that she deems unstable, by her own random definition, and tell him where he can go, who he can work with, what he can wear, and what he can post? I don't see the vast majority of men being okay with that, nor should they be. That's controlling. If a woman said to her male partner exactly what Jonah Hill said, she would be an abuser, just like him. These boundaries that he had nothing to do with how she interacts with him. He was trying to control the way that she interacts with other people. But hey, we live in a society where a victim of abuse would be called toxic for exposing her abuser. On my page as an abuse educator, I get that every day, and I use it as fuel to keep going. You don't want to be exposed as an abuser? Don't be abusive.